Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of RecTech Live. I am Chris Russell, your host, as always, as I turn down the music here from my Amazon player. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the big list of diversity hiring tools. And looking forward to the show. Had a lot of interest in this one. Had almost 70 signups today, and a lot of interest around D&I overall as a recruiting strategy. So hopefully these tools will help you out and help you hire a more diverse workforce overall. So we've got about 30 plus tools and sites we're going to go over today. Up in the corner up here on your monitor, I've got the links to both the PDF from today, and also I created a handy spreadsheet for you over on rectechmedia.com that you can download and sort as you wish. So that's a handy takeaway for today. Appreciate you joining. Just to keep a couple of show notes before we get started. I got a couple of new shows coming up for you in the next couple of weeks. So next week, we'll be debuting our newest show here at RecTech called HR Pod Squad. And it's going to be a end of month, usually on a Fridays at noon. This one's going to be Friday the 27th at 12 noon Eastern. And I'm going to bring on 3 different HR podcasters in the space. I'm just going to talk about the news of the month. So next week, we're going to have George LaRock from HR Wins, HR Tech Analyst, Joey Price from Jumpstart HR. He's a HR consultant. And Matt Lozar from my Healing Marketing Group from the staffing side of things are going to join me. We're just going to talk about the big news of the month. Definitely going to go over stuff that's happening with Google Hire, Microsoft, the LinkedIn lawsuit against HiQ, that new California law about the freelancers. We're going to talk about that and a bunch of other topics that made news in September. So stay tuned for that. Go to rectechlive.com and you can sign up for it there. The week after that, I'll be at HR Tech. So if you're going to be out there in Vegas, feel free to say hello. Let's grab a beer, coffee, and walk around the show floor doing interviews for the RecTech podcast. So hope to see you there. October 10th, I'm going to have on Alex Murphy from JobSync. And JobSync is a new platform provider. They have a new tool it's not called Native Apply, but that's what it does. It's Native Apply for Indeed and Facebook jobs. And basically it syncs with your ATS so that people can apply on LinkedIn and on Facebook, get that data transferred to your ATS all in one shot. And that's going to boost your actual applicant rates versus just sending to your ATS and having them apply there. So I'm looking forward to that discussion and checking out his tool. I think apply conversions are something that a lot of employers don't pay attention to, but they should. And this is one possible platform that can help fix that overall. So hope you can join us for that on October 10th. Again, rectechlive.com. All right, a few shout outs before we get going here. First of all, thank you to Jim Stroud, my pal, who helped share this event to his network, and got a few people to sign up on here. We've got a lot of new faces, I think, today. So we'll just kind of go through who's live here. Roberto, hey Roberto, Adam, Roger Lear, Kevin Kilpatrick, William Tasker, John Bersentes. Hey John, thanks for the like on a SlideShare there. Enrico Smiley, Tanya McCarthy, Michelle, Christine Anderson's here, Belinda Bass, Simone, and Johnny Lundy, and also Sue. So hello, everyone. Glad you can make it overall. As I go along today and go through the tools, one thing I'm often the crowd here who's live is to chime in, right? I want to know if you've used any of these tools, and if so, what your experience was like. So don't be afraid to talk it up in the chat there and tell us what your experience was like. I don't know a lot of these tools myself. I know of some of them. I got a couple demos at a few of these things. But I'm really just kind of presenting to you a list today of different hiring tools for D&I. And it's up to you to kind of go out and do the legwork around them. But if you have any experience with these tools, be sure to say something in the chat there. Let's hear your opinion overall. All right, so let me get my screen share going, and we'll get rolling here. All righty. So just a few notes on myself. If you've never been to one of my webinars before, I'm Chris Russell. I run RegTechMedia.com. Our core mission is essentially to inform the modern recruiter. And we do that through webinars, podcasts, ebooks, and a whole lot more. We also run the site recruitingheadlines.com, which is a news aggregator for the industry. So if you follow us, if you follow me on social media, we're gonna make you better recruiters through our information out there. Most of it's free, and our goal is really to help you become better at recruiting, and that's what we put out there to do overall. So recruiting is becoming much more technically challenging for a lot of recruiters, and so we kind of do focus on the technology side of things around that: recruiting, marketing, employer branding, that kind of stuff. Our services include recruitment software selection and implementation. So if you need help with any of that, we can help you put that software in place and then find it, of course. Recruiting marketing strategy, everything from Google Ads to social media stuff. We do career site audits. One of my favorite things to do is kind of break down your existing career sites and tell you what's wrong with it and how to fix it. And of course, EVP creation will go into your organizations, survey your people, and come up with a great tagline and messaging around why you should come work there overall. So a few quick notes about what we do at RegTech Media. Myself, I'm a former job board entrepreneur. I ran a small job board network here in Connecticut called All County Jobs for many years. I got my start in 1999. This is my 20th year now in the industry. So it's something I'm really passionate about, just helping recruiters and employers connect with more candidates through technology and things like that. I'm an ex-corporate recruiter as well, so I've been a practitioner. I know what it's like to source and recruit and those challenges in between. And today I'm a consultant, and my nickname is the mad scientist of online recruiting. My friend Joe Stubblebine famously gave me that line when he was working over at Beyond back in the day. So definitely follow me on Twitter at Chris Russell. All right, so today we are going to go through a bunch of different tools. I'm going to go in alphabetical order overall. And these are mainly job sites, online communities, a few decision support tools, and some unbiasing software overall. And they help you target a whole variety of people, from African Americans to LGBT to second chance people with criminal histories, women, of course, and veterans around this. Some of these tools you may have heard of, some of you probably haven't yet. And so my goal here is just to kind of run through an alphabetical listing of these overall. I limited this in terms of the scope overall. I saw in my research, I was seeing some lists out there with a lot of other tools that kind of are on the periphery of D&I. And I left those out. I'm talking about things like, assessments, blind assessments, things like that. I'll give a shout out to my friends at Vervo, who did not make this list, but they kind of are on that edge in terms of, blind assessments when you are assessing your candidates as they come in the door. But these are basically, all these tools were designed to do, were born out of D&I and that particular focus overall. So that's kind of what I'm concentrating on here for today's show overall. So, all right, here, let's get started. Again, chime in if you know any of these, and we'll kind of go from there. Get my handy list ready. So first up, we're going in alphabetical order here, is 70 Million Jobs. This is an online job site geared toward recruiting second chance people with criminal histories overall. This site was actually started by one of the guys who worked for The Wolf of Wall Street, that movie. He paid his dues, he went to jail, and he came out with this site afterwards. Overall, it's 70millionjobs.com, and that's first on our list. And they have a sister company called 70 Million Staffing. So it's a staffing firm geared toward people with criminal records overall. So if you're an employer, you can go to them, and they'll help you fill some positions. A lot of what they do is blue-collar work, entry-level work around that stuff. And so 70 Million Jobs in Staffing starts out our list today overall. All right, next we got BlackJobs, blackjobs.com, traditional job board for African Americans. You can go on there and post your jobs and check it out. And the domain name, I'm sure, gets some pretty decent traffic. Don't know much about them overall, but you can check that out, blackjobs.com, as you post your jobs. And there are a lot of job sites on this list overall. Yes, it's being recorded, Manny. You can watch the replay right afterwards. So not a problem. Use the same link, and just wait about 30 seconds and you should see the replay available there. Alrighty. Next, Blendoorn. So actually, this is the wrong. That's the wrong screenshot there. But Blendoorn is a company that teams up with diverse organizations from African Americans to Latinos and gay and lesbian groups. I got the wrong photo on there. Blendoorn.com. We can actually maybe we can go out to their page here. Yeah, they do augmented intelligence and people analytics to hire and manage a diverse workforce. You can find talent through them, post jobs overall. A lot of their stuff is anonymized, so you can't see name, no photos, no age, just the contextual fit overall. So check out Blendoorn.com when you get a chance. We've got, and Blendoorn was on I saw them pitch at the HR Tech Fest last year. I saw their CEO, Stephanie, I can't remember her last name, speak. She seemed very, like a very engaging leader, and looking forward to what they're doing out there in the market overall. Career Contessa, this is a community for women. Career advice, jobs for women. You can see what they have here: articles, interviews, companies, downloads, webinars. So really very much a career advice community, if you will, with job postings that you can go on there and recruit women from overall. That's careercontessa.com for your links. Next up, we've got DiversityJobs.com, one of the oldest job sites out there, targeting diversity. It's a member of the JustJobs.com family of job search engines. They also own LatPro, which I'll mention later, for the USA. Been around a long time. I think probably 20 years or so, if my memory serves me right. And you can see some of the companies they work with there. Next up is Entelo Diversity. So their platform empowers your organization to reap the benefits, it says, of building strong, diverse teams, surface top candidates from underrepresented groups based on gender, race, ethnicity, and veteran status overall. If I head out to their site, let's see here, give you a few more thoughts on what they do. They've got a dashboard there where you can go and I guess search your existing databases for candidates. They eradicate unconscious bias at the top of the candidate funnel, anonymizing candidate information overall, and quickly identify candidates from a underrepresented group with new candidates badges highlighting the rich dimensions of diversity. Discover candidates who belong to groups associated with specific minorities such as LGBT, Hispanic, Asian, and women's networks in your database there. So that's Entelo Diversity. All right. Next up, another job board. This is Employ Diversity, employdiversity.com. Another older job board. It's been around for a while. So, all these older job boards do have traffic on there. So that's one thing to look for when you're looking at a job board is how long has it been around. If it's well established, that it definitely has candidate flow they can send to you overall. And this is another one of those sites, Employ Diversity. I happen to know the founder of this company as well. I've talked to him in the past, and doing good things there around recruiting, online recruiting. Fairy God Boss, getting back to the women-focused communities, which are there's about 10 or 11 of these overall. Just did a podcast on the list of women places you can recruit women. But Fairy God Boss is a It's a career community offering expert advice, job openings, and company reviews to help you advance your career. So the reviews are mainly from women at various companies. And, if your company does want to actively recruit women, you should be this is like the glass door for women, I guess. The way to look at it. You can go post jobs on there and also see reviews and I guess manage that kind of as you would on Glassdoor as well. So if anybody's used Fairy God Boss, feel free to mention that in the chat overall. But let's move on. Okay, this is the HBCU Career Center, historically Black colleges and universities. And this is the HBUCareerCenter.com. You can go on here and target their students overall across the country with job listings as well as other information for them. HBCU is number, let's see, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's number 12 on the list, I think, overall. HonestJobs.co, kind of a competitor to 70 MillionJobs. They target people with criminal history for you. You can join their email list to get background-friendly job openings in your area. Employers, you can go there and post jobs and check them out. Those are the kind of the big ones as far as the second chance job space goes. There might be a couple other sites out there, but these are the two biggest ones, I think, 70 million and Honest Jobs overall. All right, next up, we've got Hire Tech Ladies. So two niches in one here. You've got women in technology, essentially. So if you're looking to attract that, that's what these guys do. Let's see here. It's a worldwide community of 50,000 supportive women in tech. Hire more women for your in tech for your team by posting a job with them. They do webinars, and I guess they have a network there to join if you are a woman in technology. Pretty cool. And there's a couple of these communities as well. As we go forward, you'll see. Okay, HRDiversifyd. So I got a demo from these guys earlier in the week, and these guys are pretty unique. They basically are diversity analytics, and so what they do is you get their software, and it's being used by companies like American Airlines. Actually, I thought that was a pretty good client to have. They're about a year old, they said. They are kind of an enterprise level tool, and their pricing definitely is up there. It's in the tens of thousands per year overall. But basically, they sit on top of your ATS. They suck in all the diversity data that's in there. So when people, check off if they're a veteran, what ethnicity they are, they pull in that data and they show you a dashboard against that, and they show you how you're doing in there. I don't think most ATSs even have that kind of reporting in there. So think of this as kind of an add-on to that, to your reporting, but it is kind of a reporting analytics dashboard to help you track your diversity efforts going forward. And I think they can pull in historical data as well to give you a sense of how diverse your workforce is, in addition to how you're doing as far as the funnel goes. They can break out different for each job that you have open. They'll show you here's X amount of diversity candidates coming into that, all through the dashboard overall. They've got a few levels of service from the pricing standpoint, but again, it is kind of an enterprise level product, and it works with your existing ATSs, I think SAP, Workday, those typical ones overall. But check them out. Go do a demo with them. HRDiversifyd with a Y at the end, yd.com, and tell them you heard it here on Rec Tech Live overall. All right, here, let's see. Next up. Okay, this is Include.io. They help underrepresented techies find their dream jobs, get access to hiring companies and top technical mentors who will give you crucial advice as you navigate your career in tech overall. So it's women in tech. It may even be LGBT too, I think, as part of that. overall. But Include.io is another site you can go in there and target overall. Okay, moving on. We're about almost halfway through here. Next up is Incluzione. So the founder of this company actually pinged me on LinkedIn last week and asked to be included. So here you are, sir. This is an on-demand talent platform for Black, Latino, and female talent. So think job board, but think freelance on-demand type of talent overall. You can hire talent from there. You can find work. Functional areas where they have the strongest connection, it says, are finance, accounting, technology, marketing, HR, legal, operations, and sales. And that's at Incluzione with a Z.co, not .com. So you can check them out. Okay, in her site, search hundreds of thousands of women-rated companies. Another female-related community. Get matched to a job, advance your career, connect with a community of women navigating the workplace overall. So you can, I think, similar to if you're a God Boss, you can see reviews in there and target female candidates going forward here. All right, so as we move down my list, let me look at my spreadsheet here. Next up is the International Association for Women. Something I found in my research. Don't know much about them. They do have a job board on there that you can post jobs on. It is a forum for help you grow your career, promote your business, product, service, share your ideas, and expand your network, according to the description. And that's at iawomen.com, which is the URL overall. All right, next we've got Jopwell. Jopwell is, I think they got some funding last year, if I'm not mistaken. A career advance platform for Black, Latino, and Native American students and professionals. It is kind of a job site, essentially. It's a diversity hiring startup that helps companies connect with and recruit underrepresented ethnic minority candidates for jobs and internships overall. So there you go. It's Jopwell, J-O-P, well.com. LatPro, of course, LatPro.com, long-time website out there targeting Latinos. I'm sure a lot of you may have heard of that one before. And we've got LGBT Connect for connecting employers with the LGBT community, LGBTconnect.com. Typical job board again. Post your jobs, post your resumes, get career advice around that. Not sure how long it's been around, but there are a couple of, you're starting to see a little more LGBT focused communities pop up here and there. And this is certainly one of those. Here's another one, actually. OutProNet. Part of the, it's provide the LGBT community with a trusted professional network, which pairs members with employers who are serious about building a diverse workforce to meet the needs of an increasingly competitive world. OutProNet.com is that URL. All right. Next up is Power to Fly. So this is a female-focused network community where women can receive expert career advice, free video training, coaching, and exclusive access to jobs and events at top companies. It's a recruiting platform, essentially, that connects you to women across the country overall. I believe they may have gotten some funding, but they've definitely been in the news. They have reviews on there, video chats, events, coaching, as you can see. And Power to Fly, TOFLY.com is that URL. All right, another job board here for diversity. This is the Professional Diversity Network, or prodivnet.com. Looks like they have some events as well. Women in Business Technology Career Fair in Orange County in October. All right. Anybody heard of these guys? Let me know in the chat there. Next up, we got some veteran stuff here. RecruitMilitary.com. They connect employers with high quality veteran talent. They do have a lot of career fairs across the country as well, which they're kind of known for. But a pretty big site when it comes to veteran recruiting. You can see there the number of accounts that they have. So check them out if you do hiring more veterans. Does anyone know of other military recruitment? Yeah, I got a few more, Belinda, for you. So in addition to this one, and there's two that are not on the list. There's one called HireOurHeroes.com, and there's one called WeHireHeroes.com as well. Just a couple other veteran job boards. I think VetWorksUSA.org is another one. And I've got one more towards the end here for you as well. Military.com too is another one of those. All right, Talvista. Talvista is a kind of a decision support tool. They optimize job descriptions. They provide data points from redacted resume reviews and structured interview evaluations to fulfill your company's diversity and inclusion mission while hiring the most skilled and qualified people. So they kind of describe themselves as a decision support platform. And they have a couple of different products around that, from your job listings to structured interview evaluations, the way you should do those. So check them out at talvista.com. That's run by, I think, Scott Orler, I think, is the founder there. All right. Moving on, we've got a couple of unbiasing tools. So these are for your job descriptions, basically. TapRecruit, they go beyond gender language to help hiring teams write job descriptions that are thoughtful, concise, and welcoming to candidates from every background overall. And there's two types of tools out of these, TapRecruit, and then the next vendor, which is Textio. Johnny says he's had experience with hiring our heroes in California. That's good to know, Johnny. Thank you for that. Appreciate the feedback. Textio, again, they take over your job descriptions. They make them sound much better. Take all that biased words out. Your company's language is its culture. How do you sound to job seekers? Predict hiring outcomes. Work fast, write smarter. Build your culture stack. Know your gender tone. I've heard a lot of good things about Textio. I think I've also heard that they're kind of pricey. So you may look at TapRecruit as an alternative to that. I think they're a little bit cheaper overall. But those are a couple of tools here to write better job descriptions in terms of attracting a more diverse workforce. There's all kinds of studies that say language like, rock star and fast paced turn off women candidates, for example. And so these tools will help you get around some of that and go forward. All right, next up, we've got the diversity dashboard. This is another decision support tool. It's a project management tool that provides your team with the ability to track their activity, measure the results, and reports on the ROI of your diversity programs. It says they launched their software with the first functionality of tracking diversity events, for example. These include both internal events, such as Diversity Council or ERG meetings, and external events such as diversity recruiting or community outreach events. The functionality works well with, it says, organizations handling 20 plus events, and it handles more of the pre and post event planning and work in terms of budgeting, scheduling, planning, and reporting on such events. So definitely sounds like an enterprise level tool here for larger companies who want a piece of software to track that particular piece of diversity. So if you have like a D&I officer or D&I team, sounds like it might be something to look into overall. But go check it out. It's diversitydashboard.biz, B-I-Z is the URL there. All right, we've got a few more here as we round things down. The Mom Project. This is one of my favorite ones. And this helps women who are trying to get back into the workforce after having a child. I think a pretty noble cause overall. I've hired a lot of moms in the past myself, and I just love their work ethic. It's good to see a site like this pop up. I think they got about $8 million in funding, either earlier this year or last year, and doing some really good things around that. So you can post jobs in there. I think actually the site pays the actual candidate, so you kind of go through them to make payment. But if you're looking for helping active mothers, working mothers remain active in the workforce in every stage of their career, particularly on the professional side of things, marketing, sales, operations, people, go check out themomproject.com. Doing some pretty good things, and I'm looking forward to new stuff coming out of there in the coming months. I think they're based in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, overall. All right, here. Let me just take a quick drink of my bubbly. Next up, Unbias Me. So this is a Chrome extension. And basically, it's very simple. You download it, and as you search places like LinkedIn, it hides the person's name and picture. So very simple tool. It's free to use. There's a link here on the slides if you want to go check it out. But it hides the candidate's profile picture and name when you're looking at their GitHub or LinkedIn or their Twitter feed. Not sure if it works on other sites, but if you do use LinkedIn a lot, you can kind of unbias yourself by installing this tool and checking it out. Anybody ever use this on the chat there? Feel free to chime in and let me know. But that's the one Chrome extension I could find that targets diversity inclusion specifically. All right, next up is VetJobs. Here's the other job board that has been around for a long time. VetJobs.com. They have over 2 million jobs up there. Probably one of the top veteran-focused job boards out there. Been around for 20 plus years at least overall. So you go check them out, and you can tackle your veteran hiring needs overall. Next up is Women for Hire, womenforhire.com. This is kind of comprehensive. They offer comprehensive products and services exclusively for top employers in every field that support and enhance your company's needs. You can post a job up there. There are events. This was founded by Tori Johnson, who's the ABC TV personality overall. It's been around for, I think, at least about 10 years, roughly, overall. And so womenforhire.com is that URL. Next up is Women Who Code, tech-focused women community. It's actually a nonprofit organization, and they provide career services for women in technology with a job board. So you can go on there and look for female technical talent to staff up. And last one on the list, we're at the end here, Workplace Diversity, workplacediversity.com, a professional diversity job board, if you will, that you can go and target candidates to find a more diverse workforce. So that is it. I was expecting more of a shorter show today. It's 1:35. If you have in the chat there, if anybody else has other tools you want to mention, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'm happy to mention them on the air here. But go download the spreadsheet or download the slides, and we'll see you see you next week. So my email is up there. Hope you enjoyed the big list of diversity hiring tools. You're welcome, Sue. Thanks for coming, and I appreciate everybody who attended live. And definitely share this out with your network when you get a chance. And let's build a more diverse workforce together. So thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you Friday 27th at 12 noon for HR Pod Squad, and we'll see you then. Lee Hecht, so Belinda says Lee Hecht Harrison is a great resource too. Okay, well, Belinda, we'll check that out. And John says, great job, Chris. A lot of great resources. You're welcome, John. And again, Friday 27th, 12 noon, HR Pod Squad. Until then, I'm Chris Russell. We'll see you then.